Hello buddy, I'm Overhaul, and today I'm reviewing chapter 926 from One Piece. And how many characters is Oda planning to have in Wano no arc? And how many chapters are there going to be of this arc? Because at this point, even if it is true that One Piece story is 80% finished, which to be fair, where we are, the story isn't exactly all that unbelievable. I mean, when you are facing quite possibly two Emperors of the Sea, it's kind of understandable. And consider the fact that one arc is just going to be a giant war. Anyways, there are going to be probably so many chapters of this arc, probably more chapters than episodes in anime of the Dressrosa arc, which I believe the total number of episodes was 123 episodes. I might be a bit exaggerating, but I'm pretty sure it's 123 episodes, which, if you are able to tell, that's a lot of episodes. So yeah, let's get into reviewing this chapter. Now, this chapter really kind of breaks down into three different stories, with the first part of the story kind of coming back into play later. But let's just break it down. First, when we start this episode, it's basically getting introduced to possibly 3 or 2 new members. The whole thing with the ghost thing could be just referencing what Brook does, or maybe it's just a samurai that is more of a graveyard thing, because there are some characters who have yet to be mentioned, and yet they are apparently going to be big deals, like in case the witch night boy, or whatever he's called, the boy that steals from the rich and gives to and shares with the poor. Right now, it's also some. I feel like some people might mistook when they say, is he a friend or foe with the murderer who has. Alright, that murder subplot when it began one arc where Zoro was accused of. Yeah, that character hasn't been resolved. So yeah, what do I think of these 3? Well, for the graveyard thing, it's still ambiguous if it's Brook doing stuff, or if it's or if it's someone just using some tricks. Because at this point, it does kind of feel like we're like in a Lego video game. Like, let me give an example. Lego DC Supervillains. In that game, you have like 3 chapters in which you need to collect villains after you've already assembled a villainy. Like, seriously. So this kind of seems like what's going in with the arc right now. Like, yes, we are already collecting people, but we're getting even more collecting people because, well, let's just say we are facing some big forces with Kaido and the Calamities, and possibly the Shogun highly ranked samurais. But right now it's Kaido and the Calamities. I'll get into why I'm now referring all the Beast Pirates later. So yeah. This is basically the thing. And now we see some of the things that our good old friends, Beppo, Penguin, and Chansey, and Usopp are doing, and that's how they are giving the informations to the members of the resistance or rebellion, whatever they're called. Which we see by Usopp using his sleight of hand trick to give it to a person while he's taking the paper. Which is impressive by Usopp's stand, because, I mean, like, he is not exactly the type of captor you would take that, you give this moment to Nami, but still, it's good. So this guy's like, wait, who gave this to me? I mean, I understand what this is, but who gave it? He checks out real quickly, but then he's like, it doesn't matter, let's go. I don't know what to do. I don't believe that paper actually states where they are meeting up, so maybe all the members of the revolution should, or rebellion, whatever it's called, know where to go, but what do I know really? But still, I'm pretty sure they know where to go. I'm pretty sure everyone who became a member, because even if everyone knows, it's not like they're gonna know where, in which port or exactly the plans, because let's also face it, the current plan is kind of relying on Kaido being so fucking drunk that he will not even be able to move. So yeah, let's not pretend like the plan is gonna work. About any kind of other details. So yeah. Now we get another thing before we come to the next spots with Onami and Ninja Girl, or woman, or old woman. And that is with seeing that some of the members of the revolution are really, really old. Which was a bit obvious because the four members we've seen in the beginning were pretty old people, so it makes sense why they would be. I mean, it's not like all of them are gonna be in their prime or anything. I mean, how? I mean, the people who are working for them aren't exactly 20, but yeah, some of these members are people that have came right or in a time where Oden was still in charge. So yeah, right now that's the thing going, and we get a character who actually looks quite similar to Bellamy, surprisingly enough. Like, he is not the same, but I don't know, for some reason he just reminds me of Bellamy. But as he's having a conversation with an old man who would say, I would love to come and help you, but the problem is, I'm so old and I'm not exactly in the age that would be any help. I mean, in fact, I would be more of the defeat for you guys, hindrance to you guys, as you can imagine. And he also brings out, how will you get your weapons? Like, I mean, you can have the revolution and all, but you need weapons for it, and how are you going to get it? Because Shogun forbid all weapons. Well, I ask, why don't you just use the farming equipment? Because apparently that's how ninjas in real life Japan got their weapons from. I mean, how? It's actually gonna work even better because not all of the people wear armor. How? Judging by how many of them judging from the fact that only samurai that are at Shogun's palace probably wear samurai armor. It's not like it's going to go that way. So yeah. That's how it goes. In the meantime, Usopp makes a bit at some part of town. I believe it's pretty near. Also, that character looks like Bellamy, reminds me of Bellamy. Says that he will actually fight them with his bare hands. Which, to be fair, the Beast Pirates would probably be able to be tricked that way. And how some smile users actually really do fight with their arms, so it's a big thing. So yeah, Usopp fight. So Usopp this sub-cell basically advertises swords because they have those. I don't know if they got those from the Hog Pirates. Like, did they get a bunch of swords from the Zoo and they already had a bunch of swords and they were making more swords because of thanks to Frankie. But who knows? The point is Usopp selling swords. Now that's going to be a big of a problem for Usopp because I'm pretty sure that if one samurai or one Peace Pirate sees this, it's not going to end well for Usopp because they're illegal. But I can imagine like everyone who's a member of the revolution, like, quickly, hey, that guy over there is selling swords, let's go get him. Get that pretty soon. It's kind of, so yeah, that's how it goes, is for that. Now the second part, we get Onami and the old ninja lady, I'm forgetting her name, please forgive me in the comments. Basically inspired two men in a really cartoony way or very basic way, just wear a spying glass and a little wall in the rooftop. Now it's kind of ambiguous if these two are clearly not Beast Pirates, they're clearly working for Shogun. or something like that. I mean, apparently these two are allowed to question what happens in the outside world. It's only orders from the Beast Pirates. So yeah, it's something like that. So the two hear something, or one of them sees something, and they're like, attack quickly, okay. Which they use a bunch of bicentos to attack, which is actually a weapon we have seen a couple of times. So Nami tries to make them think it's just an animal, so she makes a meow sound. Apparently those two were convinced by it, say, oh, it's just a cat. But then that old lady that I just want to call Otsuru, but I know it's not her name. The old lady ninja basically starts to scream out loud because she apparently has a phobia of sharp objects. Even though I'm pretty sure she has a sword, she has a phobia of sharp objects. So does that include the Beast Pirates' horns? Because the Beast Pirates have horns that are probably really sharp. I don't know how this is gonna go. I can see her just screaming. Like maybe she was going to be panicking because of there are so many swords in the world and she will actually be knocking people out because for what she calls it her old beauty and personality or something. Yeah, that's not gonna work that well. Yeah, sure, good for you. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. So yeah, but luckily she's not completely helpless in the situation because she uses this ninja kite thing to have her and Nami fly away. That would be obvious if you ask me. That would be a ninja type of thing. Like even in the middle of the night, I would question how much height you can hide from that. But who really cares? So they go. When they're leaving, they see a crowd, and we see the reason why there's a crowd of females is because Sanji is preparing food. Because Sanji is a cook, so it makes sense why he be preparing your food. And Nami is like, oh, I can't believe that bastard. He's not even trying to get a samurai. Alright, my argument for that would be, Nami, it's possible that some members of the resistance are there. It's just that it just so happens not that many of them are showing. I mean, Talking 101 made a joke in which he says, "Oh, the females get a what's it called? Get a discount." Also, I forgot to mention the Nami parts. The reason they were spying those two was because there apparently is a ship of weapons sent getting to Wano, and Nami sees the day it's going to be leaving and the name. I'm pretty sure people like Claw and some smart people will probably be able to find out when exactly, or maybe they're just gonna send out a small group of minks to investigate, to wait to see if their suspicion is correct, or maybe they will just raid the place when they get the weapons. So yeah, who really cares? They're getting weapons. So yeah, now in the meantime, Sanji is charming the women with his food. A shadowy figure comes and says, "Does he know whose country this is?" Now, to be fair, this could either be one of three things. Either it's a rival chef that says, "How dare he steal my business?" Or this could just be a member of the Shogun's army and saying, "That guy sure has been a lot of attention. Well, guess what? I should be the one getting attention because I can imagine that part of town he's in charge of." Or this scenario could be happening with Usa because he's the one selling weapons who are illegal. So yeah, it's gonna be guess who this guy is, but I'm assuming this guy might just be a chef because, well, I cannot see there being a battle in the middle of a town right now. So yeah, who really knows? Maybe we're gonna get some relevant later. But now we get to Luffy and Kid's rivalry. So yeah, also we see before we get that, we see a little scene where the old man be like, food, and he gets one dango. He's like, all I get is one dango because 5 giant blocks of rock apparently give you only one dango. To back the spirits, and let's be face it, that does make sense. And the guy just pushes him out of the way. And also we see what they do. If the person cannot pull their weight to survive, they just like go aside so you can die somewhere where people are gonna be you know, in your way so they can work. So basically, if there's someone that's going to be dying, throw him in a place where he is not gonna be bothering anyone. But it's not like it's really gonna be helping because because right now, if you are in the way, you will get killed by Luffy and Kid carrying giant rock blocks to a ship so much, and they're screeching, I'll do more, basically yelling at each other. Yeah. And they do so much of this that they actually start crumbling. Which, you know what I mean, totally honest, they're kind of helping the beast pirates here. Like, they're literally doing better than any others. Like, they probably do, like, a half of a day the effort that everyone else does in one day. Because they apparently do 500. Granted, it's not specified if it's 100 each, but how? They actually are already ordering everyone else around. Like, seriously, when they get told that the ship is full and you can't give it more, they're like, well, bring another ship so we can do it. Like, seriously, it's just hilarious. Also, apparently Kid can do the same amount that Luffy can with only one arm. I'm wondering what the fuck was Kid Face saying, because Luffy Face kind of going to be this powerful, so who knows. So yeah, those two get a big ton of dango because they do like 500 and count 5. I believe they probably get 500 each because they are huge balls, and 500 each, that would mean like 100 each. So that's possibly the case. I might be miscounting, but yeah, they get a lot. And then when they eat all this, they just get just get starving. And the beast pirates are like, how can we possibly make these two spirits? How? They are we're basically helping them. How? We're taking orders from them, basically. And he's like, you took a juice last, because the beast pirates are like, what the this is not what we were expecting. We were expecting more. I won't break out. You ain't gonna force me to. More, not literally doing more than anyone else. So yes. At the meantime, when they are stuffing their faces to the point they become giant fatzos, or more than sumo wrestlers, the headliner, or at least one of the 3 headliners, shows up, and we head to Bond. And the Bond is a hippo smile user. And when I say hippo smile user, I mean a hippo is his legs. And I don't mean this like speed, I mean literally. An entire hippo is part of his legs. Literally. There's a scene where when hippo closes his mouth, he actually closes him. You know, it just impresses me what kind of thoughts the Oda is getting from these designs, because some of them are just hilarious. So that's, anyways, the bonus complaining, holy, I only get 3, I need more, because do you see this giant mouth? Because most of him is a mouth. I don't know exactly if the hippo gets fat by eating, like he gets eat, or if the hippo just eats. I don't know exactly, but he says, bring the prisoners here. And those prisoners, Kid and Luffy. Now apparently he did not know that Kid and Luffy are like him, because he said, I will kill you too. So also Luffy sees the old grandpa Hugh, whatever his name is, who's being stopped, and Luffy's like pissed. Like, he's not gonna say anything, but he's like, that's not way to treat an older. And yeah, the Hippo guy tries to kill them, but they beat him up because, well, headliners so far aren't really impressive. Like seriously, Sheephead gets one shot at Badger Hawkins, doesn't count because he's a man of the worst generation, and with the worst generation, I can be powerful. And Hold Up gets one shot at Speed because of servant. Like says she's the strongest only because she actually can fight. She did not die or bear up in 2 were facing Kaido. And the wound just gets defeated. And they're both walking out. But people say, hey, you're gonna get executed because you're not allowed to fight back or talk back. Because if you talk back and fight back, you lose your arms first, then you lose your legs, and then you get executed. But yeah, you have no proof. As far as you know, when he was eating us, we could just been shaken inside, just accidentally hitting. I mean, and we all cuffs because they have the sea prison cuffs. And I can imagine those are very big cuffs. They could probably knock someone out with it. So yeah, that's how the chapter ends with both of them walking off and being like cool badasses. Yeah, I feel like they're already like rotting the prison because, come on, they're basically the most powerful ones there. Now it's possible that a headliner that's in charge of the prison, or maybe it's Queen or King, but yeah, who cares? They're the most powerful. Also, during this scene, we get the picture of Caribou. I'm impressed that that guy is still alive considering how weak he is, and that mysterious shadowy person just looks at him, whatever. Now, it's also being realized that shadowy person is actually Magellan because of the similarity, but if that's the case, yeah, I think that's people quickly forgot who got in, and by that definition, Doflamingo is running around one rock, but I don't think that's the case, so that's if they're gonna they want to see Law beat Doflamingo. So yeah, this chapter was pretty good. I wish we could get more action, but what we see is actually decent. Also, I wish kind of wish to see the headline to be a bit more badass, but I guess when you plan on killing 2 of the strongest World Generation members, 2 who they even need to question, are there cuffs on? Yeah, I think you can't get screwed over. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all people next time. Bye.